Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Cloud of Darkness, who is going to be receiving her rework and her C90 with her brand new FR weapon. Not only that, but we also have Setzer, who is going to be getting his rework and his C90, and Serah is going to be the other returning LD character who is going to be getting her force level enhancements, and that does also include Cloud of Darkness and Setzer. But are any of these three characters worth chasing for in the upcoming banners? But we're going to be talking about all of that in this video, mainly going to be focusing on Cloud of Darkness and Setzer, who are going to be getting the big changes. So do let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be for the upcoming banners, if you're going to be pulling on any of them, or if you're going to be passing up on them for another banner coming up very soon. Do let me know down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So Setzer's rework to his skill 1 turns into a 6-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 4 times. His freeze debuff is now framed. His skill 2 gains 6 uses. It becomes a 2-hit ranged brave plus an HP attack 6 times that deals 50% splash damage and delays all enemies by 1 turn. His LD turns into a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 5 times that extends his fixed dice buff to 12 turns, and this only applies to himself. Now with his EX, it increases his Brave by 50% of max Brave, then deals a 9-hit AoE Magic Brave, then an AoE Magic HP attack 5 times that doesn't consume Brave until the last HP attack. His C65 got extended to 7 turns and adds a 10% party stolen max Brave overflow up and a 20% party Brave damage cap up. Now Cloud of Darkness, her skill 1 turns into a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave plus a single target HP attack 4 times. When using Toying Appendages, which is her changed Brave command, it grants 2 levels of Darkness, which is her overhead. When using Uncanny Beam, which is her changed HP command, it turns into a 3-hit Magic Brave plus an HP attack 2 times that grants 1 level of Darkness. Now her skill 2 gains 2 uses. It turns into a 6-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times. When Zero Form Particle Beam is active, which it becomes active whenever her overhead is at 5 stacks, it becomes a 3-hit Magic Brave plus an HP attack 6 times that deals 50% splash damage. Now she starts off with a Balance from Ruin buff for 8 turns, and her LD turns into a 3-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 5 times. Now with a C90, her EX turns into a 2-hit Magic Brave plus an HP attack 7 times that recovers 20% Brave in between HP attacks and grants 2 levels of Darkness. Her Flood of Darkness buff allows her to retain 40% Brave when using HP attacks. Her C65 got extended to 4 turns. It turns into a 4-hit Magic Brave plus an HP attack. It adds a 20% attack up and a 30% Brave damage cap up. Now with XDef as her partner, Cod grants 5 levels of Darkness to her overhead that can exceed past the 5 stacks, then deals a 6-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 3 times that deals split HP damage, and it also delays all targets by 1 turn. Now her FR conditions are as follows. You'll get a 5% increase whenever the party except for Cod uses a magic ability, and this also includes off-turn magic damage. You will increase the HP damage bonus by 20% whenever the party delays a target, which includes a break at the end of turn. A 30% increase whenever the party delays a target, that excludes break at the end of turn, and a 5% increase whenever Cod uses a magic attack, which also includes her off turn. So is Cloud of Darkness, FR, Setzer, or Serah worth chasing for in the upcoming banner? So we're going to start off with Setzer. Setzer back in the day was a big hyped up character because he was able to provide his team with a buff that increased the chance of dealing Brave capped damage, aka the rainbow numbers. But nowadays you really don't see Setzer being used too much. But the biggest pro about his rework is the fact that now his freeze debuff is framed, so that way it will not get pushed off by other debuffs, which is fantastic. Aside from, you know, the enemy being able to cleanse any debuffs and whatnot, like having having the ability to be able to inflict that freeze debuff as a frame debuff now is great, and it's a pretty good mechanic to have. But like when it comes to like his whole like rainbow damage mechanic and all that good stuff, I mean, like, it's something that you really don't see too many players use nowadays. I mean, it can be useful in certain Shinryu fights, but it's not something that you're gonna be seeing too many players use that often. Really, like, the biggest thing that you will probably use out of Setzer is going to be his freeze debuff, because like I said, like that freeze debuff via his call ability, or if you actually decide you want to bring him into the team, can actually be useful, like I said, in certain situations, or just, you know, if you want to just not let the enemy gain any brave, then you could just use it as a regular call ability. So regardless though, I don't really think that Setzer's LD is really like worth chasing for. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, his LD has been reran in a future banner, so like if you don't get it now, then you can just hold off on chasing for it. But when it comes to his regular call, like, you just do his lost chapter, and then you have access to his character and then his call ability once you max him out to crystal level 70 or 80, whichever one of the two, and then you'll be good to go. You have access to that freeze call ability. So overall though, I would say that you could probably hold off and save your resources for a later date. Now, for those who are curious about Serah, Serah is a debuffer. She is able to provide Brave to the party via her skills, and she does provide some party auras, and depending on the amount of debuffs that the enemy has, will equal to the additional party auras that she can actually provide. The only thing about Serah though is that she is only going to be getting 4th level enhancements, and when it comes to the damage portion of her kit, it's not really the best in my opinion. But later down the line, whenever she does get her FR and her BT, she becomes a much better character. So I would say you could probably hold off on chasing for Serah's LD. And finally, with Cloud of Darkness, she definitely got the juice when it comes to her rework and her C90, like making her a very strong DPS character. Like, she really got the HP dumps that I felt like she was missing with her overall kit. But for those who may not know, like, she is a delayer. She is able to delay enemies via her skill 2, via her EX, even her change skill 2. Whenever you reach 5 stacks of her overhead, is able to delay as well, but it is only for one target. And then her LD is able to reset the target's break status, and then finally her BT effect is able to provide her with a follow-up attack, which does help in meeting one of her conditions for her FR. So like, she is a very strong DPS unit. And I feel like it's one that should not be overlooked, because I do feel like with the upcoming character that is gonna be coming up with Cloud of Darkness, like, I feel like some players may actually skip out on her overall like kit. But like, for those who already have her kit, like, enjoy the free upgrade, because like I said, she definitely got some very like, she got a very good rework when it comes to that. But like, when it comes to her FR though, her FR is definitely more so catered for her kit, which she is easily able to meet with all of her conditions as well. Remember that she does technically have a counter, even if you decide to not pull for her BT, or if you don't have a BT, she does have a counter whenever she gets attacked, if I'm not mistaken. So like, you know, that's an easy 5% increase right there if you do decide to pull for her FR. Now, there are plenty of other characters that is able to meet with her FR conditions, like a character that can actually help out with that 5% off turn magic trigger increase is going to be Ace with his traps. Like, if you did decide to actually give force enhancements to Ace, Ace and Cloud of Darkness actually pair up really well. Even though Ace is not able to turn delay, you know, those traps, like those consistent amount of traps, so long as you have the debuff active, and then if you let the enemy act, you know, will trigger all of those traps. So that's an easy 5% increase whenever they do go off, which, you know, like I said, like, they are you can actually get a pretty good increase from his traps overall. There are other characters that is able to pair up well with Cloud of Darkness as well, but like, overall though, like, if you want to check out the list, like, you can check the link in the pinned comment for all of the characters that is able to help out with her FR conditions. But like, in general though, it's a FR necessary at this point if you are needing an FR, because I know from what I have seen in the community so far, like, you know, some players have a good amount of FR, some don't. Cloud of Darkness FR, I think, is a pretty solid one, and especially if she is going to be like your sole DPS unit, then I would say her FR is definitely worth. She did get FR boards not too long ago in JP, which does increase one of her FR conditions, which is whenever she deals a magic ability, which what Global is going to get is at 5%, but like with our FR boards, it's going to increase by 20%. So that is going to be an increase in the HP damage bonus overall later down the line once Global gets to where JP stands right now. But like overall though, is an FR necessary at this point? I would say no, and especially if you have some of like the previous FRs, like take example like Cam's FR together with Cloud of Darkness BT, or excuse me, with Cloud of Darkness like overall kit. Oh my god, you're just asking for numbers out of Cloud of Darkness. So but like if you feel comfortable enough with just like an overall kit and you are happy with the rework and whatnot, I would say you could probably hold off on her FR weapon. But like for those who are possibly needing an FR, I would say that her FR is not a bad pickup in my opinion, but it is definitely more so catered towards her. So but other than that though, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Let me know what your plans are going to be as well. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care. I'll catch you guys in the next one.